live from New Smyrna Beach Sports Flex for the NUC Sports High School Football Showcase. I am Vince Mercandetti alongside Jake Schwartz back here for a second year, this time from New Smyrna. Last year it was in Daytona Beach. And Jake, welcome back. We have another North versus South showdown here today.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I got to tell you, Vince, on the way over here, it was a little foggy outside today. There was, the clouds were out, so it's kind of giving me a nice aura. There's going to be some intense football play here today, but it looks like to be getting a little bit nicer out, and I'm excited for these young men to take the field and see what they can do.
The weather was certainly not optimal for a picnic this morning. It's always optimal for football, and it does look like the weather is clearing up a little bit. We're still a little overcast, a little cloudy, but obviously the 11 a.m. game, that's going to feature 7th, 8th, and 9th graders from across the country, of course, separated by North and South states. And then we will have after that at 2:30 our middle game, the junior showdown. That's going to be exclusively juniors, same thing from around the country, North or South. And then finally the senior.
Intense football, look for some great talent, look for some future stars out there.
And we will be bringing you the NFL scores throughout the day. Obviously, it's Sunday, football being played all around the country in general. But here we start with the North, first play from scrimmage. A pass to number 8 that is caught. It is going to be a gain of about 5 and a gang tackle. Second and around 5 coming up.
Parker Bell saw his life flash before his eyes there as the incoming defender almost took him out of the stadium. But he's able to get the ball out and get it out to Ethan Sloan, number 8, for
game planning. Not to say South isn't, but they seem to always be ready for anything right up front. And we will put that to the test here. 2nd and 5 out of the shotgun. Going through the procedures, quarterback back on one. It looks like we might have either a person or a false start.
Well, James Boggs, who normally plays wide receivers in, they are looking to blitz the quarterback. Got a little too jumpy and across the line there.
Of these showcases, you'll see quarterbacks cycle in and out, wide receivers, really all different positions depending on how many players they have for the roster. So if the quarterback changes, we'll obviously let you know as well. But for now, it is Parker Bell, and it is a 1st and 10 as that encroachment brought it back to a first down. Handoff number 6. That's going to be a short gain there. Gain of about 3. Should set up a 2nd and 7.
Dewan Samuels on the carry there. He also plays on the line there. He's a big boy taking that ball up the center, and it took a few players to stop him there.
Quarter side as far as the amount of people you'll see on both teams. So they're going to be playing a lot of positions, being very versatile today. You'll see that kind of throughout this one. Back into the shotgun here, 2nd and 7. Bell, another handoff. And again,
there goes
Parker Bell. He gets the edge. Nice defense by South. They're going to force a first down here. Almost got to the edge and broke loose, but the speed of the defense on South able to force the 3rd down.
Keyshawn Davila following the play there on the defense. He's able to make the stop. But I got to say, that was quite the impressive run by Samuels. Taking it to the outside. He saw the defenders pushing in through the middle. Bounced it out to the left. Able to make a nice carry there for a couple of extra yards.
We do have some random people who will show up as well. A pretty decent showing considering it's an 11 a.m. game and in a different state for a lot of these people. 3rd and 2 upcoming. They have a running back there with the fake handoff. It's a catch, and it is broken up. Great play by number 17 on the south side to break that up. And we have a 4th down upcoming.
Billy Hendricks got in there, is able to make the defensive stop. Quarterback had his eyes focused on the field for the 1st down, but Billy Hendricks said, no, not getting through today.
Better defensive play, and it looks like they are going to go for it here. They have
interesting formation. Check this out.
Quarterback lined up outside and a different quarterback in. We'll see what they have here. It is a draw play. Throw number 6 is not going to work. He is going to be stood off. It was an interesting attempt by Dewan Samuels, but he is brought down behind line of scrimmage. Turnover on down south as they go around the 31 of the north side.
Well, the name is Boggs. James Boggs, and Boggs got through there and then just blew up the north side there. Curious to see what the south side.
South coming in looks like it is Riley Trujillo starting off as the quarterback, number 11. He's on the younger side, appears to be a 7th grader. And he's going to start with a handoff, number 4. He's going to run to the outside. He's going to get to the edge, but Warren, he came to play.
Ryan. Now, on my sheet, his entire last name is capitalized, and I think that's why, because it plays like that. Put his head down and just stuck through the defender. Nice run. He was blocked and still found holes and weaved and ducked and dived and got his way in for a nice first down. Incredible run.
His point, about 3 or 4 broken tackles on that one. Gets the team closer. They're now at the 25-yard line. We have a 1st and 10. Now to the shotgun once again is Riley Trujillo, and he's going to put Keyshawn Davila in motion. This time it's a passing play. It's going to go far left. Number 12. It is up in the air and it is incomplete. Tries to make the play. I would like to see it attempt there from James Dodd. He is a tall player, but he could not come up with it. Nice defense for number 22 on the north.
Well, Devin Hanstein, who's about half his size, was able to get up and make the defensive block there to prevent him from possibly getting to that ball.
Yep, yeah, I think the play was right there. We'll see if they can execute it the second time around. That is what they choose to do. And then second shotgun, yep. 4 wide from the south, and now you once again have Davila in motion.
You might be right here, Vince.
He's going to go to the left, not a deep pass, but number 12 nevertheless makes the catch. He's going to have a lot of yards here. That's the first down. He's going to get inside the 10. Still on his feet. He's a big boy. He's brought down at the 6. It took about 3 or 4 attempts to bring him down.
Wow, James Boggs. He is so far been super athlete from the south here on offense. Caught that ball, looking at his feet and gaining ground. He had his eyes laser focused on the end zone. Could not get there. But
he's one of those wide receivers. He's tall. He's lanky. He's got a big wingspan. He's gonna, I think the South's going to try and put that to use today. Here's a handoff up the middle. And not too much there from number 24 on the south side. That was
number 24, and it's backed up by 3 north players.
The firing effort on the run there. You might have remembered Samuel from the north, the running back. He was able to get in there and make the stop, preventing the touchdown there.
It's north defense trying to keep them out of the end zone, of course.
Really impressed with this offense so far from the south.
Under center, no shotgun here, but 3 back. And it looks like a false start on the south. Might back them up a little bit.
False start on the offense. 5-yard penalty.
Also, we're going to have a second down from the 10.
Good position. They're still about 10 yards out. A little bit deeper now to get to the end zone.
This opens up probably a passing play, but we'll find out here. 3 guys again, once again under center. 11 on the run. He's going to throw it a little low, and I don't think he caught it. Not a great throw on the run. Good thought for Trujillo, but his attempt looks like it is short.
Well, Jackson Strickland made a nice grab, but unfortunately it really doesn't do much for them. They might have gotten a yard out of the play. He's still looking at 3rd and long.
Made a diving catch. It is a gain of 1. So 3rd down from the 9. And it's going to be a toss play to the left. He's got a little bit of space. Number 4. Nice move there. He's trying to come back right. Still on his feet. But he's going to be brought down, it looks like, finally. That was a really good attempt. Starting out left, tried to go right. And North makes a nice play.
Also 2 on the play.
Wow, Zaquan Bryant really is just trying to get in the end zone there. He made about 6 people miss all that work for a loss of a yard. Cool, and prevented the touchdown.
Very aggressive play there by North. I mean, as you mentioned, he was dragging a couple of defenders around with him on that play, but they were able to stop it long enough to get help, and that's the value of teamwork there. And it's going to be a 4th down from the 11. If I'm not mistaken, in the middle school games there are no special teams, so I think you automatically go for it. Out of the shotgun here is Trujillo. So 4th down from the 11, runner in motion. And it's a passing play to the right. It is a fade and off the fingertips there. A nice throw, nice attempt. Unable to come down with it is Houston Thomas, number 19. And that is a turnover down to the north with a nice goal line stand there.
Yeah, really impressive given only a few days to work on stuff.
They certainly look very well coached early on. North, of course, no disrespect to them, they make the stops. They have the ball here, deep in their own territory. They're starting from their own 11. And we have a shotgun play, a quick handoff, trying to go inside number 2, it looks like, and he is brutally brought down there. South hits hard. That's a gain of maybe a
Yeah,
yard,
the
but
number two.
probably going to be 2nd and 10.
Gains about
Sincere
2
Thomas
yards.
not met
Second and
with
8.
some sincere tackling there. The north or south was
To open up the field. So far, they've not been able to do that. It's been a lot of runs up the middle, which have not worked, and the attempts to throw on the outside have also not worked well. The north wide receivers seem to be on the shorter end. It does look like 14. I keep an eye on him, and he's actually getting the ball here on the screen pass. He's a little bit taller, and he's going to try to get the outside. But the defense is a fumble there, picked up by number 6 on the north. So no turnover, but a late fumble there, and we'll see where they mark it. I'm not sure if they were marking him down or if it was a fumble recovered by the north anyway. And it looks like they're going to mark him down at the 14.
well, it's a good.
Consider that a fumble. It's going to be a 3rd and 8 from the 14. And we'll see what the North has here. Out of the shotgun, running back right next to him, it's going to be a passing play from number 10, and that is an easy interception. That ball is lobbed in the air from number 3 on the south side. Recovered, he threw all the way for a touchdown. That's a pick six by Solomon Locke, the defensive back, and the south were to do it with the defense.
Well, he was locked in on that pass. That was a rainbow throw by the quarterback there, and Solomon Locke comes up.
Acceleration. Parker Bell trying to make something happen out of the backfield there. South wasn't really biting, even though they're running back in the backfield on 3rd and 8. A little bit of just waiting there as Locke. He makes a nice interception, and as you mentioned, the quick speed to get into the end zone. South strikes first. They go for 2, or they go for the extra point here. And number 11 handing off close, and it looks like with forward progress he might have gotten in. However, no good. So he did not get in. It's going to remain 6-0.
Well, going back to the previous play there, 3rd and 8, you got to turn the field ahead of you. Run's not working, and you do a play action fake. Okay, so a play action fake on zone coverage is not going to work. And that's just why the defense there. There's about 3 that don't judge me by my mistakes, but how I rebound to them. Let's see if he can lead this offense down the field.
Well, the shotgun's going to fake a handoff. That's a much better fake handoff. He's going to take it himself, get to about 1. That should be a 6. And it should be a 2nd and 4.
All right, Cole Semien on the tackle there. Pretty good job. I got to say, the offensive line there did a good job getting that hole for Bell. Devin
A bit of a hole there for the run, so we'll see if North can build off of that. First quarter winding down. I'm not sure they're going to get a playoff here before it expires, and it doesn't look like they will. So they're going to head to the sidelines. End of the first quarter, and after 1 quarter of play, it is South 6, North 0.
Well, they ran the ball on 1st down for the 1st and 2nd down. So, nice little play there. They need to continue to do things like that if they want to take the momentum away in the game.
And I was going to say what you or anything, but it has to be weird playing late December and you're playing in 80 degrees. I don't think it's going to be a huge factor one way or another, but it has to be a tough adjustment.
Absolutely.
That's going to be a handoff.
Wow.
And he can get the outside. This nice run by number 7 on the north. He has a 1st down and more. Going to get almost
Number 7 for the North.
Nice play for North as they start off the 2nd quarter.
Well,
And we would have no idea until he's on the field. So here we go. 1st down again from the 47. Shotgun here. Empty backfield. 4-5 wide. And 10's going to go to inside pass there. Number 8. And nice little gain there. Short of a 1st down. Let's take a
Julian Edelman there. Nice button hook design. The defender was stopped in his tracks. He thought they were going far, but it was a button hook turned around, 8-yard pickup, and here we go. North is rolling.
That was a play straight out of the Patriots playbook. You see that all the time from Tom Brady.
I don't know.
You have a kind of a hook from the inner 2 receivers, the outside distractions going deep, and you have an empty backfield, so you have no idea where the ball's going. Nice design. That could really open up, as we mentioned earlier, that can open up your playbook, open up your offense, if you can start establishing the running game. 10 to the outside, screen pass number 8 again, and not too much again. You try and beat the South to the edge, and it's not always going to work. They're very fast. Pick up about.
Gain is only a yard.
Well, that's fine. Nice.
Save
a couple of yards on the 1st down, but what I like here is Parker Bell is hitting a nice rhythm. I think he's 4 of his last 4 for passing right now. And he's smooth. He's looking good. He's getting time in the pocket. He's able to make good decisions.
The 40 as they are in South territory for the first time, I believe, with the offense. out of the shotgun, one running back. You have 3 wide, trips bunch on the lower end. That's going to be a fake handoff. It's not going to work.
I think that's a blown play call there.
That was I agree, a blown play there. South all over. It's going to be a sack on Parker Bell.
Well, you know, and you alluded to earlier, Vince, we only have a couple days to kind of get on the same page of playbook. Any play action fake play or audible.
They're going to set up a 3rd and 14. Hopefully someone wants the ball here. And out of the shotgun, same formation, trips bunch, lower end. You have 1 running back, and this play is going to be blown dead.
Timeout?
Looks like it might be a timeout on the south side. Maybe teams throw deep here, or they'll go conservative. We'll find out. 3rd 14, he's out of the shotgun, and he's going to bobble the snap, and it's going to be a handoff. Pretty good yardage there. Not enough for a 1st down, but you'll get back into South territory and break across the 40 here for a 4th down.
Well, you know, it's very interesting in these types of games too, Vince, because I think because you can't punt, it gives a lot of incentive to the offense to juggle things up on 3rd down. Receivers on a nice out route, they can probably take up the 1st down with 9 yards instead of 15.
You have to consider 3rd down almost like 2nd down in a normal play, right? Because they're definitely going for it on 4th down. So now you have 4th and 9. That was officially a pickup of 5 to the 40, and they're going to go with a fake handoff pass. Whoa! That's number 19 on the south. He got the sideline, breaks across midfield. He's taken that right there, right about the 49 and a half. Interception number 19, 2nd interception by the north side, and South takes over. Houston Thomas with the pick.
Houston, Parker Bell, we have a problem, and he just read that play from the get-go. That was.
You have to be aggressive here, I agree. If you're the South, you want to kind of change this momentum. You have the momentum. You can fully take over this game with another score here, especially the way North struggled to score early on here. Watch 19 on the lower end. 19 is very big and has a very big size mismatch on the lower end. You have 8 in motion. It's a shotgun play, so we're assuming a pass. And it is a pass. He's looking at 19. That's his 1st man. He's trying to go deep. It's a little pass to him.
Wow.
And that is a 1st down at the 28. It's all the mismatch from the line of scrimmage. And that's exactly what the South had on his 1st down. Nice game there.
Trujillo saw him. He wanted him the whole way. And, man, you know what I like about that? That's a beautiful pass play, and that was on the run. What sends in to try and tackle you. Now the wide receiver's open. Pass the ball over. 19's got it. Houston Thomas, that's a great 1st down pickup.
That's Houston Thomas, as you had called earlier. So, South, you got nothing too unpredictable here. They have their matchups, and they're trying to exploit them. That handoff number 4, he's going to get the outside. That's a broken tackle. That's the 2nd broken tackle, but a nice play by
number 4,
number 7. Making that tackle behind line of scrimmage is going to be a loss.
Well, Bo Talavac, number 33, actually came up from the linebacker position and stuck with the the wide receiver on the running back play. And he's able to make that tackle. That was not an easy tackle.
Regardless of who it is, they're both large. So either one is.
So it's one or the other making the play.
Yeah, and a nice play nevertheless. So back in shotgun, 2nd and very long, 17. He's going to go deep. He's got a man. And it's caught! Right on the 12, and it's easy touchdown. What a throw! He dropped it on a dime from James Boggs. And James Boggs has a touchdown.
They call him Boggs. Or Boggs, James Boggs. And then another impressive play by him. Wow, Trujillo can really throw the ball. I am very impressed with that young man. He's able to see his receiver, catch them in stride, over the defender. What is that, 30-yard pickup for the touchdown? Great play.
30-yard tap. I mean, that got big wide receivers. They're taking advantage of them, airing it out, and it's working. You know, and North doesn't have an answer for it yet. We have now a 12-0 score as they try and convert some extra points here. It's going to be 11 on the outside. He's going to take it, and there's a throw, and that's good too. So a throw from Trujillo over to
extra point. Good.
That was Houston Thomas.
Houston Thomas. They've got that connection going. Play. So
illegal shift on the offense.
It's a dead play. It's an illegal shift on the offense. So scratch that. We will try again. And they're going to try this again. So back up a little bit. Trujillo, another pass. He's got a man. This one deep, and it is
Almost caught.
By number 12. The
Incomplete.
throw was a little deep. James Boggs tries to make the catch in the back of the end zone.
That brings us
Generally,
forward.
he
South
can't.
12.
Able to come down with that one, as we mentioned, is a nothing score for the South.
Well, if you've noticed, Trujillo's been favoring the right side of the field. He's been rolling out a lot, creating.
The quarterback, he's in shotgun. He's got a running back there with him. Quick pass over the side. Not a great throw.
Yeah,
And no
incomplete.
gain as a result. So that was a pass throw. Number 14. It is caught, but it is not going to be much of anything.
So number 14, we have a number 15. We have two number 15s. We have Ethan Holt and Jordan Thompson. So we're going to go ahead and say that one of those two that's on the play. He's been on the field a couple of times. Parker Bell, his completions are showing, whether he's completing it to his wide receivers or the defenders.
It's just a matter of getting on the page with the receivers and trying to get completions against a very fast South defense. And that looks like that might be a encroachment, possibly false start. We're going to see. It looks like it's on the South side. And we're waiting for the call. It is deep. It's going to be a 5-yard penalty.
On the South, 5-yard penalty.
Bell's going to be out of the shotgun. That seems to be the place of comfort for him. And again, he's got one running back with him, and he's got 3 wide. And this is going to be a pump fake. Nice pass to number 8, and it's held on to. His legs were taken out, but Ethan Sloan comes up with a catch and a first down.
Daquan Bryant was laser targeted on him, but definitely a great hit. But Sloan held on to the ball.
Goes 2.5 minutes left in the half. Back into the shotgun. Same exact formation they've had pretty much this entire drive. And this time it's going to be a handoff. And it's going to be a good one. Number 6 is big hole. Another first down upcoming game of about 12. Takes them into South territory. Nice hole opened up there. And number 6, Juwan Samuels takes advantage of it.
David Stout, number 51. Devin Lively, number 52. Wow, what a hole did they create. They both push
and they're rolling, so they're able to find ways to pick up yards. The question is, can they convert here? Especially in the first half winding down. They're going to get 50 foot down. Airplanes flying in the background. There's a handoff back to number 6. And it's going to be a pickup of a couple. Not too much there.
Alright. So it wound up being a great tackle by Brandon Burnham there. He was playing both sides of the ball as well. He got through, but Juwan Samuels, as he was going down, he was stiff-arming 2 defenders in the safety.
The man does not like being pulled down at all. And we're seeing that repeatedly here, and he's big enough to make an impact when he's throwing stiff arms. And we have, again, same formation, and again, this time it's a big handoff. Cool, he didn't throw the South. Kyrie Everett, a great play from the sack. It was a good play action, it just didn't work. And South's going to set up a 3rd and long again.
You got to throw the ball downfield on those guys. You got to make quick plays. And Parkerville's got to find a way to get 10 yards here.
And it looks like a blitz being shown. It's a handoff number 2. He's going to get past 1 and not past 8. Great tackle there by 4 and 3 on the south side. It's going to build up 4th on the final minute here. Does not look like the North is going to be able to get anything going.
And Locke and Bryan at it again. They've been all over these wide receivers. That was a run play that time, but running's not going to do it on 3rd.
Daquan Bryant listed as a running back. He has no problem playing linebacker, whatever you want on that play. It's as if he's been doing it his entire life. And maybe he has some experience there, but just seeing these guys play all different positions is really refreshing to see. And they're doing it well.
Very well, that's a good play. And a lot of these guys are out every down. They're not even getting breaks between both sides of the ball.
It's true, and it is a constant running clock, although the clock is stopped here. Generally, the clock will run regardless of if you're out of bounds or whatever. If there's a timeout, obviously the clock stops. 10-minute quarters, so the game's a little bit shorter than you see maybe at the professional level, but nevertheless, these guys are out there on every snap, offense and defense, and getting the job done. So great job by the South defense in particular. Offense has done enough to open up this 12-0 lead. 38 seconds left.
So you can't punt, but you can decide to not go for a fourth. So that's why the South is back on offense right now.
So North concedes, and the benefit of that is you've now pushed South deep into the return. 38 seconds, very unlikely South can move the ball 88 yards. The ball's up to 12. You get basically a certain amount of yards given to you.
Well, we just had a punt.
That's what the North selected to do. Smart decision there.
First and 10 South.
Preventing the South from doing anything. It was about, it was 4th and over 10, so it's very unlikely they're going to do that. So that's what you're seeing here. And what you're also seeing is a timeout. So
Timeout, North, third second of the
still no play. You're still up 12-yard line, still 38 seconds to go.
All right, well, curious to see what happens here.
Sets up on defense, and they got a little long way to see where their heads are at. And nothing too obvious being shown. They're going with a pretty predictable rotation. Although it does look like the cornerbacks might be a little pushed back here.
Looks like zone coverage. That's good.
Yeah. That was an interesting motion play there. Here's the pass defense.
Unbelievable.
I mean, you can double team them, triple team them, you can stack each other. It doesn't matter. Number 19 couldn't make the catch. He does it again. It's a first down, and out of bounds they go. And again, his receivers are making plays in double coverage, with only where they can catch it. It's been very impressive passing game for the South early. You're going to throw deep, and it's going to be incomplete. That went a little bit too far. Keyshawn Davila trying to make the catch for the North. It's going to be incomplete.
Well, you called it out, and you got some promise reveal.
It's very impressive to watch.
Well, let's see, is that bogged out on the left?
Yeah, watch the left.
He's got double coverage.
Your two big receivers, and that's where he's looking to take it to the right side. It's a little dump pass. Number 4, it didn't work. Saquon Bryant.
Little swing pass after number 4, and he's tackled immediately by number 6 of the North.
18 seconds left, and set up a third down. I thought for sure he was throwing deep to the left side, and he goes short. Quarter, South leads 12-0.
All right. Well, let's see if the South here can provide as good as coverage as that umbrella does in the third row, and allow Trujillo to throw downfield. He's got his 2 main receivers, one in motion.
Massive umbrella. Houston is in motion, and he's going to the right side here. This looks like passing's like good pressure though, and brought down number 6. Great play by the North. That is DeJuan Samuels with the tackle, and that should just do it here in the first half.
Well,
it's
a good thing that DeJuan Samuels is playing the quarterback, just easily getting in there, because
it's going to be the half, bro.
Houston
South leads.
We start second half, it's going to be first and 10 for the
South starts with the ball throwing 25, and we're underway. So there's a quick handoff and a quick tackle, and it's going to be a pickup of about a yard. Nice play there by the North.
Number 4 is running back, and he's immediately a big number 61 for the North.
2nd and 9 upcoming.
Wow! Did he come out of the gate firing there? Number 4, I think it was Jaquan Bryant on the run.
61
and Myers was having none of it. He did looks like a body slam suplex, something straight out of WWE on that play to stop it from getting in the win.
Absolutely. And as we mentioned, North defense finished the first half on a strong note. They're trying to continue there in the other. I mean, number 61 on the North end, just massive on the defensive line. Chandler Myers, we're going to have to keep watching him. There's a handoff number 3. He's not going to go towards Myers. He's going to go to the outside. He's going to have a pretty nice game there. Pick up about 8. One there, Solomon Locke on the south side. He is he's a freshman. This is a defensive back. He's running back there. 3rd and short upcoming.
Gained about 8, something like a 3rd and 1.
But it's 3rd and short, nevertheless. So South lined up. We're trying to see if there is anyone new, and so far there's not. Riley Trujillo is the only quarterback listed on the roster, so you'll likely see him the whole game. That's going to be a handoff and a fumble. It was a draw by number 9, Jackson.
It is recovered by the North.
Fumble, but it looks like it is recovered by the South. So a first down, when all is said and done, will actually gain them a couple of yards. We have 1st and 10 now.
Gotta always be alert, even if you're not the man with the ball. Then they get a first down and they still have the ball.
Heads up play, 1st and 10 from their own 44 now. Out of the shotgun is Trujillo. I'm sorry, he is actually under center. And he's going to throw deep to the right side. It is a short throw. It looks like there might have been interference drawn Over there
Pass is
again, number
incomplete.
19,
So we have a
Thomas,
flag.
a short throw. He came back for it. He was in a sandwich. We'll see how they rule it.
Looks like it's going to be defensive pass interference. And that's a tough play call too. If Houston Thomas, he's been doing so well all game today. The defender's showing some frustration there and just saying, you know what, you're not going to catch the ball. So they got in his way. I didn't see too much contact though, but I see the call from the referee there, so it looks like it's going to be.
Going to guess, I couldn't get the numbers, but whoever was in front is probably responsible for the interference, impeding on the route there. And that's what the flag can be for. It's going to bring us south to the 41 of the north, so a nice pickup there. First down again, and Trujillo, once again, is behind center. You've got two back, they're in I-4. And doing a handoff to the fullback. It's like at least he's playing as a fullback. He's going to try and push and not go anywhere. And a nice stop by the
Number
North.
7 on the carry, and he
Second
stood up immediately. Gain of only 1.
All right, so that was Tyler Tuisano again. He said, you know what, I don't want to just get the ball from a fumble. I want you to give me the ball on offense too right away. And so 2 yards there.
South's been aggressive this entire game. You know they're going to go for it on fourth down, especially in North territory. So that's an extra down. North's going to have to stop them. And we have a 2nd and 8 here. He's going to throw deep. He's got number 12 and incomplete. And North defenders trying to do everything they can to stop James Boggs from catching the ball. But ultimately, it looks like Boggs has a shot.
By number 22 for the North.
Yeah, James Boggs all set to make the grab there and gets again a nice 25-yard play.
Coming again from about the 39 of the North. Trujillo is back behind center. Haven't seen a lot of shotgun open up the second half. We're seeing a lot of I formation, 2 running backs behind him. It's a handoff, and it's going to be number 24, and he is going to be brought down and picked up of about 2, maybe 3 on the play.
I like the tandem of Paul Ryan and Kyrie Neverson. They're kind of switching them in and out, giving each other breaks. They're also keeping momentum out to the outside, toward the sideline, and just let them use their height.
Obviously, a pass on the table. Wouldn't surprise me if there was a pitch here, but the way North set up, it is a pitch. There's your handoff to the left, number 3. He's going to try and make it, and he's going to get a first and then some. He's broken some tackles. He's still on his feet all the way down to the 11-yard line. What a run by Solomon Lockett. Looks like North had a shot in the backfield. He broke those tackles, opened up a hole, and it's a pickup of about 20.
Wow, great run there. And I will say the offensive line did a good job blocking for him, but I think the 10 tackles on the block.
I'm going right back to Locke there. I mean, I think he earned it after that. The pitch was in the back of my mind. That's why I mentioned it. I would have still said that was the unlikely call, but it went right to it and it worked. And now it's number 3. Nice tackle there to save a touchdown for the moment. Ethan Sloan with a nice tackle there on Locke. Went down low, which seems to be the way that you have to tackle him. And it keeps Locke out of the end zone. It never left him pick up about 7. Set up a 2nd and 3. It is a full body workout to stop two or 3 guys on the South offense. I mean, they're just so big. 2nd down, I would go right back to Locke. We'll see what they do. And they go this time number 7.
Helmet goes
flying. Question is, did he get in the end zone? It looks like
the helmet did.
Yeah, the helmet scored a touchdown. I think the South is short. So we're gonna have a 3rd down at the 1. And it looks like a first and goal. They didn't get the first down, but at the point of contact, we saw a helmet on the line.
Wow. 5 2
Option here, and they have about a foot to go.
Who does that remind you of? Marcus Mariota?
Absolutely. Yeah, maybe he watched the game tape before. Yeah, very similar style to Mariota. Might have that strong of an arm at this point. There's your handoff, and there's a penalty. It's an easy touchdown if it stands by Tuisano, but I don't believe it's going to stand.
Number 7 on the score, however, we have flagged.
We're waiting on the penalty. There are 4 minutes left. This has been a very long drive.
Very long drive.
It's taken more than half of the half that they're
exposing right now is the fact that their linemen are pushing through the front.
Gives North some breathing room. They had basically no chance of stopping them 3 times from the 1. But from the 6, things get interesting. Trujillo behind center. He's going to hand it off to number 7. And he's going to get to the outside. Tough to see. It's a nice push. I don't think he's in. But it looks like he gets back to the original line of scrimmage, which is the 1-yard line.
That's Tuisano again?
Yeah, that's Tuisano again. So he seems to be the running back of choice here down at the goal line. Myers looking like he's, resting a little bit. I think it's the fatigue, the time of possession, the constant playing, I think it's starting to catch up a little bit. We're going to see how this results. 2nd and goal. It's a handoff to 3, Solomon Locke, and he's going to get in easily with a touchdown. Locke with a touchdown. The big 3 of the South all seems to be scoring in this game. Another touchdown makes it 18-0 South with the extra point pending.
Well, Locke on the touchdown. This game is probably now a lock.
Calling on the offense, and they've got Solomon Locke, they've got Houston Thomas, they've got James Boggs, they've got a bunch of guys who are really tough to stop. When you mix them all together, it results in the score we have here, 18-0, and that is going to be a handoff to Isano, and the extra point's good as well. So it is 20-0 now, as they get 2 points there, and South in the commanding lead.
So on the touchdown play, I think this is pretty interesting. They had Solomon Locke in the backfield. And on the Irish formation, Isano on the fullback. But on the touchdown play, they actually flip-flopped it. And they had Isano as the running back in the backfield for the I, and Solomon Locke was actually in the fullback position. So they could change it up however they want. It doesn't matter.
So when you have guys that size, they're big enough to play any position that you want to put them in. We've seen running backs spread out as wide receivers. We've seen running backs play fullback. We've seen fullbacks play running back. It just doesn't matter. South is noticeably larger in general roster size, roster-wise. We saw this last year too.
Yep. The South dominated, right?
Yeah, they won all 3 games last year. Some of them closer than others. We had that one classic game. I want to say it was the junior game that ended on the last play.
I think that was that.
But yeah, more of the same. It's just something you see these guys can play year-round. Again, we don't know specifically where the northern players are from, but you've got a weather advantage. Here's a handoff number 6. He has a size advantage. Big boy Dewan Samuels, again, with the defensive lineman, he's playing running back today, and he's doing a pretty good job.
Guess who made the tackle? Solomon Locke.
Yeah.
You said it before, but and that's what Parker Bell has got to get this offense doing, is get the ball on the other side of the field.
The North had those two drives in the first half where they moved the ball. They didn't ultimately score, but they did move it. So far early in the second half, they've been huddled up. But a nice catch there for 14. Signaling first down, I think he's right. It's a nice pass and catch and a first down for the North.
Number 14, either Ethan Hall or Thompson. Great grab as diving to the ground. I think that's like the second diving grab they've had.
Nevertheless, a good effort so far here by the north side, and they have things rolling a little bit here. Ball on the 39-yard line. And a
first and 10 for the North on the 39.
First and 10, and Parker is out of the shotgun as he has been throughout the game. He's got trips towards the low end. Looks like he might have got another jump, man. And say what you want about Parker, he's been brilliant as far as getting this south side offside. It looks like we have another one. Well, if the North was winning this game, I take away some of those advantages. Scored decently. So he's back out of the shotgun. Number 2, Sincere Thomas on the low end. He's spread wide. It's going to be a fake handoff. Looks like a handoff. Man, that was very confusing and ultimately will result in about a yard. Actually lost a 4, I should say. Almost back to the original line of scrimmage. So looks like it was a handoff.
Number 7 on the field for the North.
Not going anywhere.
Well, that was Cole Simeon on the stuff there. A little bit of that had helped by Kyrie Neverson, but wow.
Able to move the ball, but it seems like once every drive they just have a major loss, and it kind of takes them out of the drive. Now this was they were already on 1st and 4 or whatever, so a 2nd and 9.
There you go.
There's a handoff. That's going to work. So just forget everything about that last play. It's a race here with the and once again, that is Dewan Samuels running it, and it's a first down for the North as they cross into South territory.
Well, if you let the lineman sound lively, just block, and the running back falls off the middle, that's been there all day. A lot of the pressure from the South has been from the outside.
So Daniels, who goes through a hole, I mean, he's been very good at finding open space. Now, he's not going to pick up anything there to stop him at the line of scrimmage, but just to get back to the line of scrimmage, he once again found a hole and exploited it.
Yeah, that's just awesome from line breaking down there, and that plus the fact that Cole Semien again got right through, a little bit shaken up on the play, but he says he's good. He waves off the substitution. Man still wants to play. He's got heart and soul, and he's showing it out there.
Absolutely. And yeah, that's the name of the game ultimately. The score is not
no game on the play.
That's a long term by anyone on the field, but getting to showcase their talents is. We've already been approached by some people who, they told us that there are scouts who are probably going to see the team. And that's what's really going to matter at the end of the day here in the NUC Showcase, not really the final score as much as how you performed in the game. And we've seen a lot of heart on the field today. Speaking of, there is a handoff.
Don't agree with that call.
It's going to be a gain of one. I mean, it's basically the same
Number
call
two on the
as
carry.
last one.
Gain of two.
Here's Thomas on the run there, and that's not his fault. I mean, that's a clogged line up front. And, you're down 3 scores, second down. The running game has been working, but 2 runs in a row, and it's not going to fool anyone.
Absolutely, and we had mentioned the running game, and it seems North has kind of taken my advice, although you have to mix it up. You still have to develop different types of runs. And now out of the shotgun, let's see what this one is. This could be a 3rd and 8.
Look at that!
Number 8, right on the slant. Nice little throw and catch there.
Bell
by Ethan Sloan. And for Ethan Edelman Sloan.
There you go.
Catch there. And we have a first down. This will make the new showcase.
That's a great point. That was a slant over the middle, and the acceleration after stopping has been fantastic from Ethan Sloan.
Parker Bell in the shotgun, no surprise there. He's going to look to his right, and he's going to look for Anna, and it's an incomplete pass. That was probably a catchable ball. Wasn't the best throw one, but it also wasn't, impossible to make a play there. Either way, incomplete. We're going to have second down. So.
Well, it was a great read by Parker Bell there, and probably the coach for calling that play call was a slam over the middle. Did you notice
that people like that have? I'm very curious to watch what he can do here. He's on the top of the screen there. They're going to go the other way, though. It's going to be a pass over number 6. And as is the calling
the rivalry,
Samuels, he has no problem throwing a helmet at anyone who wants to tackle him. That time, Solomon Locke was the recipient.
Oh, man, it's been great to watch these guys mix it up. And, Solomon Locke leveling Samuels there, and Samuels just gets right back up.
In South Territory now on the red zone.
Wallace was open on that last play, by the way.
Wallace is still on the field. I'm waiting for him here. I think he's going to be involved somehow, and I'm going to guess he's extremely fast to be in a game like this at that size. So we're going to
Parker Bell at it again.
Parker Bell doing Parker Bell things. Going to draw the south off sides again, it looks like. We'll wait to see. Make sure it's not a false start.
Yep.
And he's on south, so that's going to, he's only helping matters
and have more points on the board.
I am too. I mean, they've shown signs of being able to move the ball, exploit a little bit of the South defense there. Bell's back on the field. He stepped off for a moment. Wallace is coming back on the field as well. He seems confused, and he still seems confused. So something going awry here with the North offense. We'll see what they do here on 3rd and 1. And it's a push and trying to do. He might have gotten it with the stretch there. That's a great attempt by DeJuan Samuels. He has been penetrated behind the line, but with the reach, it looks like he has a first down. And he does it.
Go.
Great attempt.
That's great. Now, I will say that if they score a touchdown, there's a moral victory with it, and it's out route to the pylon from their wide receiver. And now Parker Bell is split out. We saw this earlier.
That looks like some sort of wild card formation here. Bell is a receiver. I mean, we saw a lot of substitutions. And it's a jump pass. That was fun. It's not going to get a touchdown. It's going to take up about 4 or 5 yards, though. So they had Parker Bell lined up deep after about 4 substitutions. There's only about 5 players on the bench to begin with. And it was DeJuan Samuels lined up as the quarterback. He gets it, stops, and looks to go out and pick up a 4.
And that was Adam Philogene on the reception there. I don't think we've seen him today yet, so it's a good heads-up play. It gets them closer, though.
They're a little closer. Parker, it's going to go again. Yeah, that's the break.
There you go.
That was,
Touchdown, North.
Daniels was set up, and I think at this point, North's saying, look, he's going to throw tackles from the offense. He's going to throw he's going to throw stiff arms. Let's just give him the ball. They do. It works. And it is
Trojan wall there. They just barreled through and didn't let anyone in to get Samuel. And that's what really created that touchdown. There was a nice opening, and Samuel took advantage of it, and they got on the board.
supposed to be a part of the playbook like they were joking around about in practice. Now they're opening it up and it's working. And there's a little pass once again you can get to. That is going to be once again Dewan Samuels, and once again he can stretch.
Just short,
but he is short.
The goal line.
So no extra point. 26 down.
Trujillo sends Houston Thomas off to the races. It's special because if you're the North here, they may go man to try and create some pressure and get a sack. Get that man-on-man coverage.
First and 10
one
for the
movie
South from the
downfield.
25.
Absolutely. Looking at the South, that's Trujillo is in the shotgun, which we have not seen a lot of. He's going to hand it off to number 8 on an end around, and there's a flag down on the play, and that's a great tag. He just got thrown off the field, basically. And
And
it's going to be a
they're
long
on
from
the
the play,
flag.
the
Holding
flag,
against
and the flag
the
will
South.
also be against the South. This is a bad
Spot
play all
foul.
around.
10 yards from the spot of the foul.
Well, so we have two number 7, so that was either Cabral or Mankaka. Whoever it was, wow. He pretty much just launched the South running back into the stands there.
And now you have a down that is converted. That also works. 4:40 to go here. South again out of the shotgun, so they're not even pretending like they're going to run. And you're number 8 in motion again, so could be another play involving that. Instead, he's going to look to the right side. He's going to try and sneak out. Now he's going to throw deep. Wasn't that deep? It was intended for you to come and complete. So North defense so far doing a great job. They're
number 2 for the North.
14 upcoming.
Third down and 14.
Man, anytime I see Trujillo look over at the side of the field, I start to get excited. But that's what's going to be, a big positive about this guy as he grows.
And actually, that's a quick NFL update. Mariota will not play today against the Colts in the winner-take-all playoff spot game just because of nerve damage. So he will not play at the NFL level. But you're right. I mean, Trujillo has we've talked about his arm and we've talked about his legs, but he is very powerful in places as well. That pass
is incomplete.
And it's huge for the North End. It was a screen of sorts intended for Houston Thomas and drop.
Fourth down.
Incomplete. Yep.
Solomon Walker on this team. But if they don't, then the North is looking really pretty.
And it may be Solomon Walker who converts it, though. Let's see what happens here. 6 in motion. Trujillo is going to go and
wow.
Really
Pass incomplete. Broken up by Thomas, number 2 for the North.
But they get a quick score here. Get back on defense and another stop. This would be a really interesting game.
It is, like I said, exactly what the North needed. Now they have the ball. Parker Bell is back into the shotgun, and this play is going to be fun. No, this time
Flag before the snap.
It is a false start on the offense, so that's going to hurt the North. Instead of a 1st and 15, ball's going to be back up to about the 26.
I would really like to see a
Thomas on the south side. We haven't really spoken too much about the North weapons, but there have been some. Dewan Samuels we've mentioned. Cabral was involved earlier. The State hasn't.
Wow!
A great
Unbelievable!
Over the top. Pass complete to number 14.
One-score game.
And that is touchdown North.
And it's a touchdown for the North.
Wow!
So he had to catch it, avoid a tackle, and then turn around and get another few yards to get in the end zone. Great play all around. Much needed. Here's the extra point touch, and that's easy.
That's good.
Right to number 2. So all of a sudden, we have a ball game
Extra
here.
point.
Blowout.
Good.
This is a one-score game. There's still 4:10 to go.
There's a lot of time left.
Pass complete to Thomas, number 2.
Touchdowns now in under
That
2 minutes.
gets us a little bit farther with 4 minutes and 6 seconds to go.
And no
South
longer do
20.
you need the extra
North
point.
14.
Another touchdown because they passed it there for the 2 points.
Great call. You're tied at least, and then so the North has all the momentum right now. The South, maybe it's fatigue setting in. They have a lot of players playing on both sides of the ball. They've been involved in a lot of action, especially the offensive line, and we saw the offensive line break down in the last drive. It's going to be interesting here, Vince. This is super awesome.
Can these guys, can Juwan stand?
It's going to be 1st and 10 for the South from 20.
What was a 20-point lead is down to 6. Here we go, behind center Trujillo. He's going to hand it off. And it's going to be right up the middle. Great run. That's a good start for South. 1st down. Handoff right to solid.
14 on the run.
South's not messing around now.
Tony sending block on the run.
Wow, what holes were created from the offensive line.
He explodes from the second he has the ball. Much needed there to pick up. Ball is now at the 38 of the South side. The South still on their side of the field. You have 3 back here, and Timmy Trujillo, fake handoff, he's going to hand off instead number 4. So he faked it one way, goes instead to Zaquan Bryant, who trips, and not much there. No matter what type of football you're playing at any level, there's still enough time on the clock for North to get that. Now it's starting to get a little hot, and you've been playing the whole game. There's a handoff, and it's number 7. It's a nice run over the line.
Number 7 for the South.
And there's a gain there. That was Tuasano. It was usually the finisher of sorts for the South offense. He'll get a gain.
Timeout North.
Should have a 3rd and about 6.
Be about 3rd down.
All right, here we go.
6.
Now again, you called it out earlier, and this South team is mean or whatever it's going to be. But 3rd and 6, I think Trujillo here is going to throw the ball.
I agree with you. I would expect this to be, they showed their hand last drive. We know they're going for it on 4th down. If they did it from 4th and 14 from their own 21, they're definitely doing it 4th and, presumably.
See if they can create a turnover possibly on 3rd down.
Trujillo behind center, they're in eye for him. There's 2 running backs back. And Philly handoff. And Philly good one. He got 1st down. That was a great play. Great blocking all around. Number 9 with the play. I think both of us are on. Jackson Strickland gets the handoff and gets the 1st down. South doing it their way. And they rise to the occasion.
Here, Strickland.
That carries to the South. He's enough for 1st down. 1st and 10.
Running an option play short. That's what he's for Thomas. It's off the field.
I think.
You got to give credit to the offensive coordinator here for the South because they've been winning it at those calls all day today.
Yeah, I think trying to go random, trying to throw North off a little bit. There's going to be a handoff up the middle, no great tackle. Handoff to number 7 to
number 7 on the carry. He's wrapped up and ready to the ground by number 61.
Immediately
timeout.
They called 2 on this drive. 3:04 clock stop, 3rd and 7. He's a big play here, game on the line. And he's got, again, the RPOs type stuff, 3 running backs back there with Trujillo. He's going to hand it off. And that's going to be a broken tackle, a few broken tackles, a 1st down, a great play. And that was Zaquan Bryant, another tough running back, and he picked up the
number 4
down there.
Bryant on the carry.
Just about do it.
That gets through for the South. 1st down.
Tackle that could have been very clutch for the North there, but as we've seen from the first few plays of today, Brian has some nifty footwork and will not go down easily. Really pretty as the clock has been winding down to about 2.5 minutes.
Not much North can do to stop it. Mathematically, they can still get the ball back, but at this juncture, things are looking bleak because they've not been able to stop the South from getting 1st downs, and now they're not going to stop them. Oh, it's a fumble!
Oh my gosh!
You got stripped the North Banks with
Unbelievable!
The ball is ripped out at number 3 for the South end, and it is recovered by number 2, Thomas, for the North.
Recovered by the North, and they have the ball with 2:19 to go.
Here's the South.
1st and 10 North.
And I'm writing you again. I'm going to take the ball back myself. Sincerely, Sincere Thomas. Sincere Thomas.
Reminder, football fans,
Hope he's okay.
we have another game at 2:30 this afternoon. Sophomores and juniors.
Thomas.
2 interceptions, 1 for a touchdown. This time it's South with a big turnover. I think that's their first.
Zone coverage. I got 2 receivers.
Shotgun 3 receivers. It's going to go to screenplay number 6. He's going to call. He's going to try and shimmy for a couple of moves. Not going to get much, and he's brought down. Take a that was the one properly.
That's complete to number 8, gain 2, 2nd down.
Does the clock stop at the 1st down?
It does, and then it resumes. So it stops. So the changes can move once that happens. It resumes. So all enough time to get in formation. Chaos on the sideline. Both coaches trying to get their players ready. Clock still running.
Too much time.
1:50 to go. This is taking a lot of time. Parker back on the field. I'm not sure they have it 2 minutes for that. And that's part of the problem. And he's out of the shotgun. 1:39 by the time the ball snaps. And he's going to be stuck. Stop making some big plays there. That's a check. And now you're in a really dire situation for the North. Not only
UB Stack.
Well,
Looks
Billy
like number 70 coming up for the
came out
South.
of nowhere and just destroyed. Not only did he get to the
Loss of about 5,
he got
third
to the
down.
offensive line as well. And now, after shaving about 50 seconds off the clock, this is not looking good for them.
3rd and 15, out of the shotgun again. They're going to need better blocking if Parker's going to have a chance. He had no chance at last shot. This is a slant play. Caught. Bobbled, but caught by number 27.
27 for the North on the catch.
We haven't heard much from him. What's the linebacker?
Corey Weber.
It's the final minute.
Fourth down.
Fourth down. So now you're in a situation where you need to get the first, but the clock is against you. First down will stop the clock momentarily and keep the game alive. It's a bad snap, but it's nicely played by Parker. He's going to be looking, and he's going to be brought down. That's what he's doing. Looks like the North is signaling for some sort of penalty. Parker Bell was kind of in trouble the entire time.
Number 70,
Did not get a play.
with the sack.
Turnover on downs.
That's going to be turned over on down.
South is going to walk away with a victory here in what turned out to be a tight game and a close finish.
Wow.
South 20. Let's give these young men a round of applause.
South 20, North 14.
We're getting a good start off to today's game.
First one coming up at 2:30 in a couple of hours here is going
Again, our next game will be at 2:30 this afternoon.
Just 11th graders playing each other.
Sophomores and juniors.
2:30. This game was an 11 a.m. start.
Make sure you stick
And
around.
14 final. We will be back in a couple of hours.
Parents, head down to the field. Coach Sturgill has a few words of wisdom.